to adopt draft resolution A/78/L75 in its current form. It is so decided.
文明因交流而多彩，文明因互鉴而丰富。
Shandong is home to a galaxy of sages, renowned scholars and philosophers. In 551 BC, Confucius was born in Nishan Hill of Qufu. Starting from here, built on fine traditional Chinese culture, and for the sake of facilitating dialogues among civilizations, Nishan Forum on World Civilizations was initiated in September 2010.
尼山世界文明论坛开幕。
第二届尼山世界文明论坛今天在济宁市泗水开幕。
第三届尼山世界文明论坛在山东大学开幕。
第四届尼山世界文明论坛昨天在曲阜开幕。
海内外专家学者将在尼山共享一场学术的盛会。
Over the past 14 years, the scale of the Nishan Forum on World Civilizations has kept expanding, from over 70 Chinese and foreign guests at the first forum to more than 1,600 Chinese and foreign guests from 78 countries and regions attending the 9th Forum in person, and more than 15,000 people from all walks of life attending the event via video link. The level of guests has been elevated with many new ways of forum format. With a focus on the main forum, a number of sub-forums have been set up, including a forum on the culture of TCM, which was held for the past 3 years successively, a forum on overseas Chinese, which was held for the past 2 years successively, a forum on art, a forum on literature, a forum on cultural relics, a forum on youth, and a forum on the culture of Confucian entrepreneurs. Nishan has become a grand arena for academic exchanges and a stage for mutual learning among civilizations. Benevolence, courtesy, harmony without uniformity, and a shared future for mankind. The first Nishan Forum adopted the Declaration on the Harmony of Humanity,
求同存异，尊重世界文明多样性。
resolving conflicts and estrangement through dialogues, and drawing inspirations through exchanges of ideas and insight, have formed the widely recognized Nishan Consensus. The 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations, with the theme of traditional culture in a modern civilization, continues to write a new chapter for the dialogue among civilizations. Confucius Aristotle Forum. Dialogue on Chinese and Italian classical civilizations, and Nishan Dialogue on Confucianism will be held for the first time. Under the theme of traditional Chinese culture and the Olympic spirit, the first Sports Culture Forum will be held. Under the theme of inheritance of family culture and the development of civilizations, the first Family Culture Seminar will also be held, contributing insight and strength to addressing global challenges and promoting the progress of civilizations. Starting here, Nishan Forum on World Civilizations with a broader vision embraces the world and shapes the future.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us give the floor to the Deputy Secretary of the Shandong Province, Mr. Zhou Naixiang, to host this opening ceremony. Distinguished Madam Sun Chunlan, Distinguished Chairman Yasuo Fukuda, Chairman Meriton, and Chairman Nazami Poor, Distinguished Minister Sun Yeli, Director Chen Xu, and Secretary Huang Xiaowei, and Secretary Lin Wu, distinguished diplomats, ambassadors, envoys to China, and experts and scholars, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. I'm very happy to attend the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations with all the friends, old and new, home and abroad, implementing the Global Civilization Initiative, carrying forward the common values of all mankind and working together to create a better future. Here, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the guests and friends from home and abroad. I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to the Publicity Department of CPC Central Committee, the United Front Work Department, the International Department of CPC Central Committee, the Central Institute of Socialism, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education, State Ethic Affairs Commission, Ministry of Culture and Tourism, State Health and Wealth Commission, the State Sports General Administration, CAS, and China Media Group, the State Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, All China Women's Federation, and Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, International Confucius Association, all walks of life for their long-lasting care and support. President Xi Jinping pointed out that civilizations are more colorful thanks to exchanges, and civilizations are enriched because of mutual learning. Exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations are an important driving force for the progress of human civilizations and the peaceful development of the world. When visiting Shandong in May this year, President Xi stressed that Shandong should shoulder the cultural mission of the new era and make positive efforts in promoting cultural prosperity, building a cultural power, and building a modern civilization of Chinese nation. With the theme of traditional culture and modern civilization, this Nishan Forum aims to thoroughly study and implement Xi Jinping's cultural thought and the spirit of President Xi Jinping's important speech on his inspection of Shandong, promoting the creative transformation and innovative development of China's traditional culture, and promote the continuous progress of human civilization in deepening exchanges and mutual learning. During the period, more than 20 activities will be held, including keynote speech, high-end interviews, subtopic dialogues, Confucius Aristotle Forum, Sino-Italian Classical Civilization Dialogue, Nishan Confucianism Dialogue, Sports Culture Forum, Overseas Chinese Forum, Chinese Medicine Culture Forum, and Family Culture Seminar, etc. Attending this opening ceremony, we're honored to have the presence of the following foreign guests: Mr. Yasuo Fukuda, former Japanese Prime Minister and Chairman of the International Confucius Association; Mr. Vincent Meriton, former Vice President of Seychelles and President of Seychelles China Friendship Association; Mr. Gadir Nazamipour, Chairman of the Political Defense and Security Committee of the Iranian Expediency Discernment Council; ambassadors and diplomats from Bahamas, Egypt, Greece, Guinea, Senegal, Seychelles, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and other countries; Chargé d'Affaires of Mongolian Embassy in China, Consul General of Japan and South Korea in Qingdao, as well as diplomats, envoys of Laos, Nigeria, Philippines, Samoa, South Sudan, Thailand, Uganda, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, and other countries in China, visiting guests of Iran's National Expediency Discernment Council, members of the Advanced Seminar on Culture and Tourism Development of Silk Road in Uzbekistan, and UNESCO, and also delegates from friendship cities and friendly NGOs and groups. Attending this opening ceremony, we have the following Chinese guests. Madam Sun Chunlan, former member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and former Deputy Premier of the State Council and President of International Confucianism Association. Mr. Sun Ye-li, Vice Minister of the Central Publicity Department and Minister of Culture and Tourism. Madam Chen Xu, Deputy Director of the United Front Work Department of the CPC Central Committee and Director of the Overseas Chinese Affairs Office of the State Council. Madam Huang Xiaowei, Party Secretary, Vice Chairperson, and First Secretary of the Secretariat of All China Women's Federation, member of the Party Committee of the National Health and Wellness Commission, Madam Yu Yanhong, and also a Party Secretary and Director of the State Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine. Mr. Wang Ruilian, Deputy Secretary and Deputy Director of the Party Group of the State Sports General Administration. From Xinhua News Agency, Mr. Yuan Bingzhong, and also Vice President. From Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, and Vice President and Party member of the University Academy Committee, Zheng Zhanmin. Mr. Gao Zhen, Director of the International Bureau of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and Director of the National Museum. Mr. Sun Yao, member of the Standing Committee of Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, former party member and Vice Minister of the Ministry of Education. Ding Wei, Executive Vice President of International Confucius Association. And Mr. Cheng Yonghua, Ambassador to Japan, a former Ambassador, Executive Vice President of China-Japan Friendship Association, and Chair of the Board of Directors of Nishan Forum, and the former Secretary of Renmin University, Madam Jin Nuo, a member of the Editorial Committee of the China Media Group, Mr. Liu Xiaolong, Mr. Lin Wu, Governor of Shandong Province, Mr. Yang Dongqi, Deputy Director and Party Secretary of the Standing Committee of Shandong Province People's Congress. And also we have the leaders from Shandong Province and Shandong University. Attending this morning session, we have experts and scholars as follows. Mr. Jeffrey Sachs, Professor of Columbia University and Chair of the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Mr. Stelios Vervidakis, Honorary Professor of Athens University, Greece, and Chairman of the Steering Committee of China-Greece Civilization Mutual Learning Center. From Tsinghua University National College, Vice President of International Confucius Association and Director of Academic Committee of Nishan Forum, Chen Lai. From Fudan University, Senior Professor of Liberal Arts and Librarian of Chinese University of Hong Kong, Mr. Ge Jianxiong. And also, attending this morning session, we have experts and scholars from over 40 countries and regions such as China, US, Germany, Russia, South Korea, Brazil, and South Africa. Attending this opening ceremony, there are also delegates from the International Department of CPC Central Committee, the Central Institute of Socialism, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education, the CPA FFC, People's Daily, Xinhua News Agency, China's Media Group, Central Media Group, and Guangming Daily, Economic Daily, China Daily, China News Service, Phoenix Satellite TV, Hong Kong, Daolong Wenhui Media Group, Macau Today, and many other media. And also we have leaders from functional departments and government agencies, and also from different provinces and regions within and beyond China. Again, let us give all of them another round of a big applause. Now, let us give the floor to Mr. Lin Wu, Secretary of the CPC Shandong Provincial Committee and Director of the Standing Committee of Shandong Provincial People's Congress.
Distinguished President Sun Chunlan, and also Chair of the Council, Mr. Nekuda, and Minister Sun Yili, Mr. Sun Yili, and diplomats, experts, scholars, distinguished guests, friends. Nishan is glorious in the past and future, and now we are gathered here at the foot of Nishan Hill, the hometown of Confucius, to hold the 10th Nishan Forum. First of all, on behalf of the provincial government of Shandong province, I would like to extend the warmest welcome to all of you. And for those who have been supporting the development of Shandong province, home and abroad, I would like to thank you all. In September 2010, the first Nishan Forum on World Civilization started, and this year marks the 10th year of the anniversary of the forum. And since the founding of the forum, with the personal support of President Xi himself, with all the support from all walks of life, we have always been promoting dialogue between civilizations and insisting on standing with the tide of the times, ask questions and give answers. We host discussions, dialogues, following the request of time, building a bridge for civilizations. We inquire into history and also invite scholars to have discussions here so that we may increase understanding between each other, carrying on the cultural heritage of Shandong province and carrying on the traditional Chinese culture so that the world can know China, understand Chinese culture. This will be a great channel to sound culture and to reveal the great achievements of culture so that we can practice common values and push forward building a community of shared future. This has become a really important platform. Focusing on traditional culture and modern civilizations, this forum has this vision to deepen cultural mutual learning and communication to push forward a new chapter of dialogue between civilizations. Distinguished guests, scholars, friends, words carry the logos. Just as President Xi has mentioned, only when we understand the history of civilizations can we be more effective in pushing forward traditional Chinese culture, introduce it to the rest of the world, be innovative and develop, and push forward the establishment of socialism with Chinese characteristics to build a modern civilization in China. We got rich culture in Shandong province, as well as historical values. Under the guidance of President Xi Jinping, we are carrying on the tradition, as well as being more innovative to integrate cultural resources to protect and carry on the heritage and enrich step by step the actual practice of modern Chinese civilization. We deeply feel that traditional Chinese culture is the foundation for modern Chinese civilization. And the excellent traditional Chinese culture can be inspiring for us today in protecting the environment so that we can build a diversified yet unified culture, focusing on the continuity, innovation, diversity, harmony, peace, which are the core of Chinese civilization. These together formed the very rich background of Chinese civilization. These are the inherent characteristics of Chinese civilization. An excellent traditional Chinese culture is the crystallization of traditional Chinese wisdom, including the unity of heaven and earth, being harmonious without being the same, uniformity instead of conformity. We talk about love and faithfulness, righteousness, harmony, one for all and all for one. This is the mode of future development, so that we can build a modern Chinese civilization. The basic principles of Marxism and excellent traditional Chinese culture are combined, integrated, resulting in a unique path for Chinese development. To combine the Marxist principles with Chinese reality, combining modern technology and thinking with traditional excellent Chinese culture. This is the path that we have to take. And this is the path that we will forge forward, combined with actual practice. From tradition, we're moving to modernity. Marxism, in a modern cultural context, enables us to modernize Chinese culture, creating a huge space of opportunities for all of us. Earlier this year, President Xi Jinping has come to Shandong province himself and delivered an important speech, instructing us that in order to construct a modern Chinese civilization, Shandong province, as a cradle of Chinese civilization, as the origin of Confucianism, we have the responsibility and the capability to build a modern Chinese civilization, to do our share. We will remember this. Entrusted with this mission, we will carry forward our mission, our responsibility, especially our culture mission, to build a modern Chinese culture. As natives of Shandong, we will promote the prosperity of the nation and introduce traditional Chinese culture to the rest of the world, so that we will move forward with new vitality. World civilizations are the crystallization of all cultures all around the world. It is the request of time to carry on not only traditional Chinese culture, but also world culture at large. Here in Shandong province, we will deep into our roots of traditional Chinese culture to go back in time, look into history, inquire at fontes, as well as seeking a harmonious way to cooperate with the rest of the world, to look into the classics, as well as embark on the journey to promote the common development of world civilizations. We will carry on our responsibility to push forward world civilization so that we can coexist in harmony, in peace, for development, to promote equality, democracy, freedom. All of these are the common pursuit of everyone in the world. Shandong is a home place of Confucius and Mencius. Here, we uphold brotherliness, being harmonious without being the same. We have the ideal to create an ideal world. Shandong of great virtue, Shandong of great prosperity are our label. We will be more innovative and forge forward so that we can have a better platform and give support to build a more harmonious civilization.
We will unswervingly shoulder our responsibilities in programs around the world, embedding our true cultural spirits and also benefiting all. And we will be centered to the people. We will be driven by the people, the interests of people, and we will deepen our efforts in providing high-quality education, a better experience in our culture, and also to better promote our economic and social development so that we can create more benefits to not just our nation, society, and also, more importantly, our people, so that we can really revitalize our culture and revitalize our nation. And also, at the same time, we can make sure that all the benefits can finally arrive all the peoples and all walks of life. Now, carrying these missions, we are committed to this harmony in diversity, in bridging different cultures and civilizations, in inspiring more cultural inheritance and also more cultural learning, because they are important driving forces for us to better understand each other and partner with each other. Focusing on cultural exchanges and communication, we need to set higher bars, higher standards, and that is one of the reasons why we're holding this Nishan Forum, a platform for better cultural and civilizational exchanges and mutual learning. We welcome and look forward to your visits to Shandong to experience our traditional Chinese culture, to foster new friendships and ties. And we look forward to further contribution and more joint efforts in promoting cultural communication and exchanges so that we can really nurture common development. Distinguished guests, dear friends, cultures are like flowers, shining and blooming. So centered on cultures as bridges, and let us join hands in forging new ties, reaching consensus, forging common values so that we can usher our Nishan voice and making bigger contributions. And I wish this Nishan Forum a complete success. Thank you. Thank you, Secretary Lin Wu, for your wonderful speech, which thoroughly implementing President Xi Jinping's important instructions, explaining the value and significance of Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. His speech also puts forward ideas and measures for Shandong Province in undertaking the cultural missions in the new era. We will keep in mind President Xi Jinping's entrustment and further promote the two creations of culture, deepen the exchange and mutual learning of civilizations, and continue the historical context to better promote the prosperity and development of world civilization. Now, let me give the floor to Mr. Sun Yeli, Vice Minister, Minister of the Central Publicity Department, and Minister of Culture and Tourism. Distinguished Madam Sun Chunlan, distinguished Fukuda, distinguished leaders and guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good morning. I'm very delighted to meet you here in Qufu on the occasion of the 2575th anniversary of Confucius' birth and attend this 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, I'd like to extend my warm congratulations on the forum and sincere greetings to all the guests and friends from all walks of life attending this forum. Nishan is the birthplace of Confucius. Confucianism, founded by him, encapsulates the spiritual pursuit of Chinese nation and has significantly nourished its continuous development. This philosophy has profoundly influenced Chinese civilization and contributed notably to human progress. In Nagashima, Saga Prefecture, in Japan, a ceremony honoring Confucius has taken place for over 300 years. It is common for school students there to study the analects, creating a cultural norm of asking how well can you recite the analects. In 2021, during China's Year of Greek Culture and Tourism, a sculpture titled Encounter of God was displayed at the base of the Parthenon, depicting a dialogue between Socrates and Confucius. This symbolizes the growing global recognition of the unique appeal of Chinese culture, including Confucianism. And the theme of this year's Nishan Forum is Traditional Culture in a Modern Civilization. In line with this theme, I would like to share with you the following insights. First, we must inherit and advance our valuable traditional culture, achieving creative transformation and innovative development. Traditional culture forms the roots of a nation's heritage and growth. Chinese traditional culture, including Confucianism, offers significant insights into managing social relations and promoting virtue, providing crucial solutions to contemporary issues and retaining its importance. And as Confucius himself said, review the past to learn what is new. This makes a teacher. New knowledge and cultures are often built on the political and cultural accumulations of the past. Just as the ancient Zhou dynasty found renewal, so must we, in this new era, continuously drive the creative evolution and innovative growth of traditional culture, imbuing it with new significance. Secondly, we must harness the empowering function of culture to effectively build modern civilization. President Xi Jinping has emphasized that the best way to honor history is to forge new history. And the greatest respect to human civilization is to create a new form of it. And as human civilization evolves, the influence of culture has become increasingly significant. In the ancient Chinese classic Book of Changes this day, look at humanity and turn it into the world, highlighting the crucial impact of culture on economic and social development. We should seek our best and effective ways for culture and the economy to interact and to develop in coordination, leveraging culture as the catalyst for economic and social progress, driving these fields with humanistic values and infusing modern civilization construction with renewed vigor. Thirdly, we should promote exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations to build a shared future for mankind. In today's interconnected global village, humanity is increasingly bound together by a common destiny. The ancient Confucian aspiration for a world of great harmony and Xi Jinping's core diplomatic concept of building a community of shared future are historically linked and harmoniously in their values. And they are highly aligned with each other. All things are nurtured together without interference, and the great ways coexist without contradiction. It is hoped that countries can embrace the diverse interpretations of value across different civilizations with open-mindedness, fostering respect and understanding. Through such intercultural exchanges and mutual learning, we aim to enhance people-to-people exchanges and collectively create a community that encompasses all human destiny. Ministry of Culture and Tourism is looking forward to using Nishan Forum as a platform to further deepen cultural exchanges and mutual learning with other countries. We aim to enhance our international cooperation network by continuing to implement the Cultural Silk Road Initiative and facilitating exchanges in music, fine arts, performing arts, libraries, and cultural heritage. We will also strengthen pragmatic cooperation in areas such as ancient civilization research, joint archaeology, restoration of historical sites, and museum exchanges. Together, we aspire to build impactful, community-focused projects that will strengthen global friendship and connections. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Shandong holds a pivotal position as the cradle of Chinese civilization, renowned for its deep Confucian philosophy, the celebrated Xinhan classics, and its significant role in the evolution of Chinese culture. Over 2,500 years ago, it was here that Confucius shared his visions with his disciples, expressing a particular fondness for the spring dress map as described by his cherished disciple Zongxi. Zongxi depicted an idealistic scene in the dusk of spring with spring garments freshly downed. Young nobles aged 5 or 6 and children aged 6 or 7 bathe, dance, and return home singing. After participating in this gathering, I hope all guests will have an opportunity to relish the stunning landscape of Nishan and have a fruitful and delightful memories. Finally, I wish this forum a complete success. Thank you. Thank you, Minister Sun Yeli, for your wonderful speech, in which Mr. Sun profoundly expounded the value charm of Confucianism and called for an initiative to inherit and carry forward traditional culture, giving full play to the role of cultural empowerment and promoting exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations. With the guidance and support of Publicity Department of CPC Central Committee and the Ministry of Culture and Tourism, we will surely strengthen cultural confidence, cultural empowerment, and prosper and develop cultural undertakings and industries. Now, let us give us to our next speaker, Fukuda from Japan. Fukuda Yasuo, the former Prime Minister of Japan. You have the floor, sir. We are here for the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations in Nishan, Qufu, Shandong Province. Congratulations! It is the birthplace of Confucius. So here, with this opportunity, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude and respect to all the staff who have been working tirelessly for the organization of this forum. In 28th in June, there was a 70th anniversary of the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. President Xi Jinping re-emphasized the significance of these 5 principles of peaceful coexistence, which will be further carried out in this new era. To further implement the 5 principles, I believe that we need to rethink and renew the importance and the significance of civilizations.
This is why it is of crucial importance that we host the 10th Nishan Forum right here. I believe in Japan, Confucian principles are still well alive in today's daily society. In Japan, with all the development of science and technology, a lot of people are still holding to Confucian principles. Just recently, new banknotes were issued in Japan for the first time in 20 years. This is a big event. If you look at him, then the portrait of Shibusawa Eiichi, who was active 100 years ago, also known as the father of Japanese capitalism, was adapted for the design of one of these. It is for the 10,000 yen notes. So why Shibusawa Eiichi? Because he was an industrialist and he published this book called The Analects and Arithmetics. In this book, he expressed the idea of the theory of moral and economic unity. The source of wealth must be benevolence, righteousness, and morality. Wealth can only endure if it is based on right reason, on righteousness. Shibusawa applied his ideas to business, his own business. And the true value of his management philosophy of harmonizing profit and morality is confirmed by his own business practice. The root of his idea is precisely Confucianism, the traditional Chinese culture represented by Confucius. The fact that traditional Chinese culture is still useful after thousands of years in Japan is proof that Confucianism is a universal and timeless philosophy transcending time and space. In Japan, Confucian philosophy was adapted and utilized as early as the 7th century in the Code of 17 Articles of Prince Shutoku, which was said to be Japan's first constitution. Since then, despite its strengths and weaknesses, it has received unchanged support, and it has been handed down throughout the changing times. It has been applied as a national level and sometimes as an inner criterion of what one should be as a person, as a personal way of life, as well as in business. In modern history, Confucian studies have been advanced in the leadership since the 18th century, producing scholars in the field and spreading followers to many families with a scholarly-oriented mindset. And this kind of continuum continued well into the 20th century, and with the exception of a brief period during the Second World War, Confucian values were used in school education as a means of human development. In recent years, it has been used less frequently, but a lot of people who understand the Confucian values continue to practice them in the present day. In my own family, both my father and grandfather received Confucian education, and as far as I know, my great-grandfather in particular was a student of a prominent Confucian scholar who devoted himself to his studies. Confucianism was an indispensable education. I was also a student of Chinese culture when I was in junior high school and high school. Unfortunately, there are fewer opportunities to study Confucianism in Japan today, but it is undeniable that the spirit of Confucianism, which has been ingrained in the Japanese people, is the basis of modern Japan. The issue of a new banknote is an opportunity to reaffirm the significance of Confucianism. The essence of Confucianism is to promote social stability and to show people how they should live. It is a universal value. It is applicable to the whole world, for everyone, anytime. Therefore, Confucianism can be adopted as a universal ideological principle for everyone. Peace has been pursued by all people since ancient times and is best positioned as a political idea. I will give you one example. The Khmer dynasty in South Asia, which built an empire of peace for 6 centuries, including all tribal religions, had a mission to avoid all conflicts. they had many outstanding rulers. And among them, it is said Yasovarman I was a leader of peace. Cultures and civilizations are inherently diverse, and they gotta understand each other mutually. And the 5 points is in accordance with Confucianism's basic principles. The community of shared future itself, advocated by President Xi, is aimed also at the Confucian philosophy of symbiosis. It should be translated as human co-becoming, which is also applicable to the English-speaking world. Understand the diversity of civilizations and share values is going to be helpful for world peace. In conclusion, Confucianism, in my opinion, is a philosophy that lives on today. It is a universal philosophy that can be applied to the whole world. And Confucianism is a philosophy of peace. It speaks the language of peace. So much for my speech. Thank you, everybody. And I wish the forum a great success. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much, Chairman Yasuo Fukuda, for your wonderful speech. Chairman Yasuo has deeply explained the value of time and the global significance of Confucianism. He put forward an expectation of carrying forward Confucian ideas and promoting the development of world civilizations. Now, please welcome Mr. Zhen Zhanmin. Ms. Chen Xu, Director Chen Xu, Vice Minister of the United Front Work Department of the Central Committee of Director of the Overseas Chinese Affairs Office and State Council. Madam Chen Zhanlan, Secretary, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In summer's day, with all the blooming flowers, we are gathered here in Shandong, hometown of Confucius himself, the cradle of Chinese civilization, to listen to the global voice and increase the people-to-people communication. As a co-organizer, I am honored on behalf of the Overseas Chinese Affairs Office and of the State Council. I would like to welcome all of the leadership and guests to the 10th Nishan World Civilization Forum. In March last year, the Chinese President Xi Jinping introduced the Global Civilization Initiative, calling for respect for the diversity of world civilizations, promotion of universal values, attention to the continuation and the innovation within civilizations, as well as the enhancement of international cultural exchanges and cooperation. The Chinese civilization is notable for its continuity, innovation, unity, inclusiveness, and peacefulness. It embodies the deepest spiritual aspirations of Chinese people and its distinct spiritual identity. This civilization is not only a shared heritage of Chinese people, both in China and abroad, but also a treasure for a global community. A single flower does not make spring. 100 flowers instead means spring. It adapts. It aptly describes the characteristics of Chinese civilization. It is open. It is inclusive. It is moderate. It is peaceful. This approach encourages dialogue instead of confrontation, cooperation over conflict, connectivity over isolation. By leveraging the exchange and mutual learning of civilizations as a catalyst, we can foster human societal progress and discard ideological biases. We respect civilizational diversity, promote mutual understanding, and harness collective human will and strength to address global challenges. Together, we advance the wheel of history to move forward towards a brighter future. The mutual learning of civilizations requires bridges, and the communication of civilizations needs messengers. Over 60 million overseas Chinese people have been pivotal in inheriting Chinese culture and disseminating Chinese culture. They are crucial in fostering cultural exchanges between China and the rest of the world, thus facilitating inter-civilizational learning. Wherever there are overseas Chinese people, the seeds of Chinese culture take root, and the collective memory of Chinese civilization is preserved and passed on. Particularly since the reform and opening up, the vast number of overseas Chinese has served as a vital link between China and the global stage. They play a significant role in promoting Chinese culture abroad, deepening people-to-people exchange, and enhancing civilized dialogue and mutual learning. And in this new era, we should view overseas Chinese people as a bridge, actively preserving and advancing Chinese culture, articulating the virtues of rich traditions such as benevolence, faithfulness, and harmony, and continually boosting the charm and appeal of Chinese civilization to represent a genuine, multidimensional, and comprehensive portrait of China. We're gonna vigorously promote cultural exchanges between China and other nations, enhance understanding among different civilizations, and expand people-to-people communication. We aim to achieve the harmonious idea of beauty and harmony, and collectively work towards building a community of shared future. Furthermore, we must always cherish our understanding, the acknowledgement of one China, of the Chinese nation, our history and culture, make tireless efforts towards national reunification and rejuvenation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna sail together, navigate through the wind and waves, embark on a voyage beyond thousands of miles. We're facing a challenging era, marked by rapid changes, yet it is an era of hope. We believe we're gonna go beyond the barriers of culture, and inclusiveness will overcome notions of superiority in striving to build a community of shared future. We're gonna advance universal values and foster a brighter future. In this endeavor, the Overseas Chinese Affairs Office of the State Council is eager to collaborate with all parties to make positive contributions. And finally, I wish the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations a great success. Thank you.
越办越好，谢谢大家。
Thank you very much. Thank you, Director Chen Xu, for your wonderful speech, in which she emphasized the important roles of overseas Chinese in connecting China with the world. We will further strengthen cultural ties, communication with overseas Chinese, so that the world can better understand China, about Shandong, and about our peoples. Now, let us give the floor to Ms. Huang Xiaowei, Party Secretary, Vice Chairperson, and First Secretary of the Secretariat of All China Women's Federation. Distinguished Madam Sun Chunlan, Distinguished Meriton Nazaipur, Distinguished Secretary Lin Wu, Minister Sun Yeli, Director Chen Xu, Governor Zhou Naixiang, distinguished diplomats, ambassadors, experts, scholars, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In this beautiful season of summer with thousands of flowers in bloom, all of us have traveled through thousands of miles to join each other at this beautiful place of Nishan and for this wonderful event, the 10th Nishan Forum. We are here to share our thoughts, to share our wisdoms, to have dialogues and to promote ties and friendships. Entrusted by our chair, Shen Yiqin, I now extend our warmest welcome and sincere congratulations on this forum, and also our sincere greetings to all the foreign and domestic guests. And our gratitude also goes to all the people who have long committed to the great cause of women and children. Our civilizations are more enriched because of exchanges in communication and mutual learning. Confucianism, founded 2,500 years ago, originated from China, but also it belongs to the world. This 10th Nishan Forum is themed at traditional culture and modern civilization, an insightful and visionary theme that is very, very forward-looking and inclusive. And we have a wide range of important topics and dialogues, which are exactly how we have been implementing the important thoughts of Xi Jinping, and also how we have been carrying forward our endeavors in building a global civilization initiative. So, with this family culture as an important topic at this forum, we are trying to build a new bridge for the communication and sharing of different civilizations, so that we can really promote the transformation of traditional culture in innovative development, so that we can contribute our wisdom and intelligence to the further progress of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, nations are the foundation of our world, and families are the backbones of our nations. So family culture is an important part of Confucian philosophy, and also it is the root and soul of Chinese civilization. And the benevolence, justice, courtesy, intelligence, and trust are deeply embedded in traditional Chinese culture and virtues, and improving ourselves, uniting our families, the governance of the country are all the foundations of our common value in traditional culture, which all originated from the Confucius philosophy. And we have important doctrines of the family, rules of the family, the culture of the family, passing down through generations, where we find the family members love and respect each other, support each other, they hold the family together, provide for the family, and they are very well educated in the families. And also there are very exemplary examples in the Chinese culture through the thousands of years that actually passed down from family, and this kind of household and national spirits have been running through the veins of generations of Chinese people, which are exactly the spiritual power that support the continuous vigor and development of the Chinese people. In this modern age, President Xi Jinping has repeatedly emphasized the importance of combining the fundamental doctrine of Marxism with China's specific conditions, and combining traditional Chinese culture with Marxism doctrines, placing family and family education as one of the top priorities in the national governance, and he repeatedly emphasized the significance of family culture and family values, and emphasizing that families and households are the starting points of our national development and our national progress. And he also emphasized the important roles played by women in setting their family cultures, in demonstrating common values, and in creating new values in this modern age. Guided by President Xi Jinping's important instructions, the relevant laws and regulations concerning domestic areas have been constantly improved, and the happiness among family members have been increasingly improved. And our Federation has become a very important tie and bridge between the party and the government and the women in China. And so far we have embarked a number of programs and projects, including Happy Family for All, the best and most beautiful 1,500 families, and community services and support, and care for those children whose parents go to the city to work, and many others, and also the important one called the Last Mile, providing services at the community level. So with all these efforts and measures in this modern age, we have been able to build a wonderful environment where our families and our family members love each other, support each other, where our overall family culture has been deeply embedded in our daily lives. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, embarking on a new journey, the Communist Party of China has been leading the Chinese people in our effort of promoting modernization and our national rejuvenation. And also, this is an age where everyone can make a big difference. Everyone can have a colorful life, and every family can have more beautiful lives. And these are important missions for us all. So we must hold confidence in our culture, and we must inherit our cultural heritage. We must undertake our new missions in this modern age. First of all, we need to remember the principles and values in the past, a sound foundation for the future. So families are important components, or are the building blocks of a peaceful country. In this regard, we must give full play to the roles of our women in supporting their families, in developing their own careers, and also in making their contribution to the national rejuvenation, and also in honoring and in realizing their national dreams and dreams for themselves, so that they will forge a strong force in this new age in Chinese modernization. Secondly, it is important for us to build our family culture, a fundamental component of our social development. Harmony holds the key in this regard. We must fully carry forward our measures with the CBC at the center, we need to really implement our projects in promoting the development of women and children. We need to make sure that our core socialism values are well remembered and well implemented at the family level. Thirdly, it is important for us to tell the true story of individual families. Neighbors are important. In this modern age, it is exactly what we say about a community of shared future. We must invest more in exchanges among women. We must build more platforms such as the Family Culture Sub-Forum and more forums and platforms of such kind, so that we can really absorb the essence of different civilizations. We can really tell a true story of our own families, and also we can better demonstrate how traditional Chinese culture and family culture is so beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, we're now facing unprecedented changes and challenges in this modern age. We are now embarking on a new journey toward a more beautiful future. It is a time when we need cultures and civilizations to lead us. We need to transcend time and space, the boundaries between different countries. We need to learn from each other. We need to make sure that beauties in different forms can coexist in diversity. And we can revitalize our traditional culture and civilizations. And I now wish this forum a complete success and a fruitful one. And I wish all of you a good health, a successful career, and all the best, and of course, a happy family. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Huang Xiaowei, for your wonderful speech, in which Madam Huang advocated cultivating the importance and culture of home and country, cultivating family civilization, telling good family stories, and letting Chinese traditional culture enter the family and go global. We will continue to promote a higher level of family education, carrying out international exchanges and cooperations, and promoting high-quality development of women. Now, let us give the floor to Mr. Zheng Zhan, Vice President of the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences and member of the party group. Distinguished leaders, distinguished guests, good morning. Those who share the same path are not bounded by mountains and rivers. Those who are willing to work together are not far from mountains and seas. Today, we gather here in the hometown of Confucius, Nishan, for the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. Here on behalf of one of the hosts of this event, the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, I would like to express my warm welcome and sincere congratulations on the forum, and also our deep respect to all the expert scholars and guests. Confucius is the symbol of Chinese culture. Confucianism he founded has had a profound impact on Chinese civilization, providing important spiritual nourishment for the endless growth and development of the Chinese nation, and greatly enriched the treasure house of human thought.
Shandong is the birthplace of Confucius himself. He gives full play to his unique advantages of profound cultural heritage and continues to hold the Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. which provided an important exchange and discussion platform for inheriting and developing China's excellent traditional culture, deepening exchanges and mutual learning among different civilizations, and promoting modernization of human society, fully demonstrating Shandong's historical responsibility and also mission as a cultural province. This forum focuses on traditional culture and modern civilizations, which connects history and reality. It is concerned with China and the rest of the world. It gathers well-known experts and scholars at home and abroad, excavates modern wisdom from Chinese traditional culture, refines China's plan from the great practice of Chinese modernization, and condenses ideological consensus from the pluralistic dialogue of different cultures. It is of special significance for us to jointly answer the question of the times, in the background that the world is at a crossroad. How do we deal with the relationship between tradition and modernity? This has always been a major issue. President Xi Jinping has pointed out, history goes from yesterday to today and then to tomorrow. It is impossible to cut off the historical connections. People always develop on the basis of inheriting from their predecessors, ancient and modern, Chinese and foreign. There is no exception. Continuity is the outstanding feature of Chinese civilization, and the modern Chinese civilization in China itself is a product of Chinese traditional culture passed down and also carried forward from the past into the future. Traditional Chinese culture is not only a summary of historical experiences, past wisdoms, but also contains a core value of development of Chinese civilization. We know that only under the guidance of the grand historical concept of linking ancient and modern times together can we establish the cultural subjectivity of self-development, build a modern civilization of the Chinese nation with cultural self-confidence and historical initiative, and create a new form of civilization for us today. The continuity does not mean stagnation, not rigidity. The learning of a gentleman has to be renewed from day to day. Confucianism has been enriched and developed of more than 2,000 years. From Confucius mentions to Dong Zhongshu and Neo-Confucianism to the Ming and Qing dynasties. The School of Enlightenment in Confucianism, we got scholars of all dynasties who promote Confucianism and make contributions to the development of Confucianism. They have made their contributions. Therefore, to grasp the mechanism of traditional culture and modern civilizations, we have to base ourselves on the requirement of the progress of the times, make the past serve the present, and bring forth the new, actively promote the creative transformation, and open up our new own life according to the rules of the ancients. Inclusiveness and diversity is the source of vitality of civilization. Confucius has said, a gentleman is harmonious but not the same. Confucius said, things are uneven. However, they are still in harmony. This itself is a concrete embodiment of the open-mindedness of Chinese culture. The historical practice has also shown that carrying forward traditional culture and building modern civilization is a process of constantly broadening horizons and absorbing the outstanding achievements of others. Only when we are open, learning from others, can we enhance the charm and influence of traditional culture, inject new elements into the development of civilization, and continuously bring out the prosperity of the world civilizations. CAS is the highest academic institution, also a comprehensive research center of philosophy and social sciences in China. It is our responsibility to continue with history and build a modern civilization and promote the progress of human civilization at large. We sincerely hope to strengthen cooperation with scholars home and abroad and contribute our wisdom to solve various problems in the process of modernization. We believe through the exchange of different ideas, this forum will certainly put forward many thoughtful and innovative insights. It's gonna be a splendid event and also a feast of wisdom. Finally, I wish the forum a complete success. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vice President Zheng Zhanmin, for your wonderful speech. In his speech, Vice President Zheng Zhanmin explained the internal relationship between civilization, continuity and innovation, and gave an appeal for exchanges and mutual learning with a more open attitude. Now, I would like to give the floor to Ms. Yu Yanhong, Party Secretary and Director of State Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, member of the National Health and Wellness Commission. Your Eminent Madam Sun Chunlan, Chairperson Meriton, Secretary Lin Wu, leadership, distinguished guests, good morning. I'm very honored to be here at the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. Allow me to represent the National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine to congratulate on the opening of the forum and offering sincere greetings and best wishes to all participants. The relationship between traditional culture and modern civilization is a fundamental issue in the process of world modernization. Let me illustrate with two examples. The first concerns the story of the acupuncture bronze figure. In January 18, 2017, when President Xi Jinping visited World Health Organization and presented a bronze figure of acupuncture, he profoundly stated that we must inherit, develop, and make good use of traditional medicine with an open mind to promote better integration of traditional and modern medicine. We have witnessed the transmission of Chinese traditional medicine within the little figure of the acupuncture figure. It stands at the WHO today. It facilitates between Eastern and Western dialogue. And the other story is about artemisinin. In the previous century, Dr. Tu Youyou, a researcher, found in the traditional medicine book and found out a way to discover the anti-malarial drug artemisinin by lower temperature extraction, saving millions of lives in developing countries. This discovery won her the highest national science and the Nobel Prize in physiology or medicine. Artemisinin is a significant outcome of integration of traditional medicine and modern culture and civilization. Culture is like a great tree, rooted in the past. It flourishes. Since the 19th National Congress of the CPC, led by President Xi Jinping, the party and the people have deeply grasped the outstanding characteristics of Chinese civilization: its continuity, innovation, unity, inclusiveness, and peacefulness. These are the 5 features. By combining the basic principles of Marxism with China's reality, also the excellent traditions of Chinese culture, we have enabled Marxism as well as Chinese tradition renewed. TCM is a treasure of ancient Chinese civilization, also a key of unlocking the treasure chest. It has become vibrant in the process of building modern Chinese civilization. As such, it serves as a powerful example of the interaction and the mutual prosperity between traditional and modern cultures. It is a result of ancient culture and modern culture. And now we can see it as an example, a testimony of the process of integration of traditional and modern cultures, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. There is a consensus and deeper understanding of traditional Chinese medicine, both domestically and internationally. We are delighted to see at the Nishan Forum that we have a panel themed on traditional Chinese medicine since 2021, providing an important forum for the exchange of mutual learning. President Xi has emphasized that the best way to inherit history is to create a new history, and the greatest respect for human civilization is to create a new form of it. We will steadfastly promote cultural confidence and national pride, inheriting the essence, uphold the rightful path, and advance the complementary and coordinated development of traditional and Western medicine. We will also promote the integration and promotion of traditional medicine with modern science, the creative transformation and innovation development of traditional Chinese medical culture, fully utilize the unique advantages of traditional Chinese medicine in preventing and treating diseases, and continuously inspire and receive the diverse functions and value traditional medicine. And I wish good health, smooth work, and all the best to all leaders and guests. Thank you. Thank you very much, Director Yu Yanhong, for a wonderful talk. Director Yu, in her speech, has mentioned to promote traditional Chinese culture in integration with modern technology, to inspire and to innovate, to realize the multi-functions of TCM, to increase the well-being of the people, as well as mutual learning of all the world. Under the guidance of National Health Commission and the Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, will promote the inheritance and innovation of traditional medicine and promote the culture of traditional Chinese medicine to the world. Now, I'd like to welcome Mr. Vincent Meriton, former Vice President of Seychelles and President of Seychelles-China Friendship Association. Please give him a big round of applause.
Honorable Madame Sun Lun Chan, President of the International Confucius Association, former member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee, former Vice Premier of the State Council, distinguished leaders from the capital and from Shandong province, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you good morning. It is an honor for me today to address you on the theme Traditional Culture and Modern Civilization. As we stand at the crossroads of tradition and modernity, this 10th edition of the Nishan Forum on World Civilizations presents a unique opportunity to reflect on our cultural heritage and on its role in shaping our present and our future. I'm proud to share with you the culture of my country, Seychelles, one of the smallest in the world, to showcase how traditional culture can coexist harmoniously within modern civilization. Seychelles is an archipelago of 115 islands lost in the Indian Ocean and home to a diverse population of approximately 108,000 people. Most citizens live on 8 islands, creating a close-knit community with deep-rooted cultural ties. The population is predominantly of Creole descent, originating from African slaves brought to the islands by French colonial settlers. Like most African countries, the Seychellois society was born out of colonization. Over the centuries, we have become a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities, with influences from France, India, UK, China, the Arab world, and Africa, of course, fused together, resulting in people with a wide range of skin colors and a vibrant and peaceful society. A society where diversity is not only accepted, but also celebrated. This diversity is testament to our nation's ability to integrate different cultural elements into a cohesive and harmonious society. Our traditional culture, rooted in this diverse heritage, plays a crucial role in our community life, fostering solidarity and a shared, intertwined national identity. The African philosophy of Ubuntu, emphasizing communal unity and sharing, is reflected in the Seychellois society's spirit of togetherness. From the hardship of our past, we have drawn strength, pride, and a unique cultural identity expressed through our languages, songs, food, and dances. This is exemplified in our cherished dance, the Mutia, which was inscribed in UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage in 2021, highlighting its global significance. Originating in the 18th century, the dance Mutia was created by my ancestors, the African slaves who sought solace and resistance through this art form. Mutia was more than just a dance. It was testament to our resilience. It was a psychological comfort against hardship and a potent form of resistance to social injustice. Today, Mutia remains a vibrant and proud expression of Seychellois cultural identity and tradition. With its distinctive beat, it influences modern Seychellois music, bridging the past and the present, ensuring that our heritage is preserved for the future while evolving with time. Achieving this balance is crucial for growth and national development. For us to survive and thrive as a nation since independence in 1976, we coalesced around a Seychellois Creole identity. We recognize the value of our native Creole language and integrated the language of our colonial past in our way of life. In our music, the notes of the violin rhymed with the beat of the African drums. We embraced our diversity. In this context, China's Global Civilization Initiative resonates deeply with our values and our aspirations. If the Global Civilization Initiative is a vision of the macrocosm, then Seychelles is the reality in a microcosm. Ladies and gentlemen, I salute President Xi Jinping's vision of advocating respect for the diversity of civilizations and the values of humanity. To move forward, we must embrace the values of respect, inclusivity, and our differences. The Global Civilization Initiative should therefore be celebrated worldwide as a peaceful way of coexistence, for it recognizes and values the specificities of countries while acknowledging shared goals of peace, security, sustainability, respect, and self-determination. This is why the Nishan Forum on World Civilizations in Shandong should be commended as a force for good in a world fraught with global threats. While in Shandong, ladies and gentlemen, we need to acknowledge its most celebrated son, Confucius, as the birthplace of one of China's greatest experts and one of the world's most renowned philosophers and teachers. Shandong holds a special place in the history of global thought. The teachings of Confucius on ethics, morality, benevolence, social harmony transcend space and time. They continue to influence societies around the world, even reaching the distant shores of Seychelles, where an institute in the University of Seychelles bears his name. His philosophy, rooted in the values of respect, integrity, importance of education, remains a cornerstone of both the Chinese culture and universal wisdom. It illustrates the enduring power of his ideas in fostering a just and harmonious society. As we gather at this very important forum to reflect, let us allow ourselves to listen to the inner voices of wisdom as taught to us by the great Master Kong. Let us heed his advice in using our experience to build a shared future for humanity. Our history of embracing diverse cultures and traditions has taught us that harmony is achieved through mutual respect and indeed understanding. Every country has a unique mosaic of peoples, customs, languages, philosophies, beliefs, and outlooks. They should be respected as they enrich the global tapestry of humanity. Let us therefore continue to celebrate our differences, learn from each other, and together work towards a secure and sustainable path to development that respects the unique identities of all nations. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meriton, for your wonderful speech. In his speech, Mr. Meriton shared the unique culture of Seychelles and called for an initiative to respect cultural diversity and build a more inclusive society. Now let us give the floor to Noise Kelp Rees to address the opening ceremony.
Madam Sun Chun Lan, Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy and honored to be addressing all of you today at the 10th Nishan Forum of World Civilizations. I want to extend my appreciation to the organizers for the invitation and warm hospitality here in Qufu, the birth city of a great man. I will construct my introduction around the dialogue between the Greek and the Chinese civilization, which historically have been amongst the locomotives of what we could call dialogue among civilizations. In this endeavor, philosophy has been instrumental. It can open a wide avenue of dialogue and mutual understanding. However, applying philosophy to produce results is not an easy task, even more because men in pursuit of virtue, arete in Greek, for sure better than myself, have been trying for at least the last 2,500 years to discover wisdom in life, in nature, in human relations, in relations between man and society, in how societies work and could be better governed. Having their beliefs and visions as their starting point and incorporating or rejecting the teachings of other thinkers, they have achieved sublime results. But life itself, an inexplicable phenomenon, favors variety, and by definition, I think, is strange to what could be called absolute truth, at least in this world. However, armies of ancient Greek philosophers inspired the good fight to better discover ourselves and prepare ourselves for the life and beyond. Thousands of kilometers away from the historic heart of the Greek world, although not so far from the Indo-Greek and Bactrian Greek states and their influence, China, under different circumstances, endowed the world with many important thinkers. Their teaching has been withstood the test of time for the simple and rather mundane reason being that it has also catered spiritual and social needs. A great army of Chinese thinkers have made us all richer with their teaching. Confucius, although not alone, stands out. His thought has greatly influenced political science and philosophy. Today's gathering of philosophers, thinkers, teachers, and of a few outsiders such as myself presents you with a heavy duty and a rare opportunity. Dialogue, a Greek word, is composed of two parts, dia, which means through, and logos, which means speech. It is a conversation between parties. It is not a monologue. It has a goal and requires sincerity and respect for the interlocutor. Platonic dialogues have set the bar high in philosophy, as well in the way we should converse and exchange arguments with each other. I feel that the promotion of dialogue between civilizations requires, among many other prerequisites, the study of the Greek and Chinese global civilizations, as they have developed and interacted over time until today. I would suggest that this work be done on a synthesis rather than on a comparison basis. Comparing carries the risk of slipping into a beauty contest along the line of who got it right, the Greeks or the Chinese, the West or the East. That would have been counterproductive. There are important differences between Greek and Chinese philosophers. There are also many similarities. Both Greeks and Chinese, for example, pondered about the nature of man, that is, if man is naturally good or not. Sometimes the Greeks agree with the Chinese, sometimes the Greeks, as well as the Chinese, disagree with each other. The same is true of many other issues. The notion of love in Confucius differs from that of Plato. Moje also developed his own special teaching about love. Epicureans did the same, as well as, from a different angle, the Stoics and so many others in both Greece and China. Buddhism and Christianity propose their own understanding of love. Duty and relations offer another interesting example of many diverging but also converging teachings of Greeks and Chinese, which still exert a catalytic social influence. But let's not forget that societies then, as well as now, differ in many aspects. Beneficial analysis of differences and lessons we can draw requires not only comparison, but also synthesis. This is what the unsurpassed great Greek and Chinese philosophers as well as their students of every color and race, have been teaching since. The interaction of Greek and Chinese civilization is profound and needs to be studied on a new basis, away from the rigidities and entrenched scientific views of the 19th century. Greek and Chinese civilizations, as genuinely global civilizations, share values, ideas, as well as historical bonds. Greeks have been the first urbanized Western society Chinese came to contact with in Central Asia more than 2,400 years ago. Alexandria the furthest, one of the cities amongst the ones Alexander the Great built in Central Asia, in today's Tajikistan, was a hub in the trade routes of the time that connected East and West. 2 centuries later, the Indo-Greek King Menander the Savior, a Buddhist himself, may have contributed to the expansion of Buddhism in Central and North Asia. Although we all associate Greece with Europe and the West, the truth is that the Greek civilization expanded and left deep traces in Asia as well, and played a role in the spread of Buddhism in Asia. Another rather unexpected example of interaction between the two civilizations is offered by the Jesuit monks who in the 16th century used Plato in order to be understood by their interlocutors in Beijing. A few centuries later, Aristotle and other Greek philosophers inspired many of those who sought to overthrow the last imperial dynasty in China. The two civilizations have continued to interact throughout history on different levels and sometimes in completely unexpected ways. Western philosophy today needs Asian philosophy, and vice versa, in the context of an always ongoing dialogue among civilizations. This dialogue should go well beyond the study of the history of philosophy and place center-front philosophy itself, which, as I would put it simply, aims to help man live better and prepare him for the rest of his journey in this life or beyond. The universality of the two civilizations that have profoundly influenced the planet brings them together and unites them with a genuine cultural affinity. The wisdom, Sophia in Greek, philosophia, they carry is irreplaceable in our effort to achieve and promote a meaningful, sincere, and on equal footing dialogue of all civilizations. I wish the conference success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Karl Pires. His Eminence has talked about the integration and mutual learning of Greek and Chinese cultures. He has offered deep insights. Now we will broadcast a video, a congratulatory letter from Mr. Jose Manuel Ramos Horta, as well as a video speech by Mr. Thomas Bach, President of the International Olympic Committee, and a congratulatory letter from Mr. Xu Jialu, former Vice Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress. Congratulatory letter from Mr. Jose Manuel Ramos Horta. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. Although I cannot be here in person for the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations, I delight in this opportunity to give a congratulatory letter where a lot of leadership is present, offering their ideas and insights on world civilizations. In today's world filled with conflicts, Nishan represents a beacon of light. If we hope that we can build a bridge between civilizations to increase beauty and harmony, then this event is indispensable. Timor-Leste is a peaceful country. The membership of ASEAN is changing the nation itself. We got planned, and the efficiency is increasing. We're living in peace, without violence in politics or culture, without organized crime. This is East Timor. I welcome all of you to pay us a visit, and I hope in the future there can be direct flights between China and Timor-Leste. I hereby emphasize issues that concern dialogue between world civilizations. Facing global dialogues, it is important to carry on our inheritance. We have rich spiritual inheritance that pass on to us through the centuries. And the histories, traditions have formed a collective memory which we must protect and grow to ensure that globalization will not make us lose our identity. We believe that to protect our cultural tradition is a way to make us live in harmony today and to build a community with cultural integration. In order to be more inclusive, culture plays a significant role. To be more open and to respect each other, we can break barriers between different religions to build a foundation of mutual respect. Education is a way to increase understanding between different peoples. Our educational system provides a way for citizens to communicate cross-culturally. In Timor-Leste, because of our diversity in culture, this is very important. The youth is the future of our people. To involve them is of crucial importance. They are future leaders. They will practice what they have learned in their daily activities, like tolerance, inclusiveness, and increasing national identity. In order to cope with challenges such as global climate change and other challenges, it is important that we protect the diversity of culture in a sustainable way. To manage climate protection, environmental protection, as well as deepening culture identification, to protect our homeland for future generations. In a diversified society, we protect minorities, women, children, and other disadvantaged groups. Not only can we better the social structure, but also encourage inclusiveness. Technology plays a significant role in deepening our understanding. And digital platforms connect people from different cultures, promoting enriching dialogues and mutual respect. Innovative initiatives that use technology to preserve and share on our rich cultural heritage in Timor-Leste should be supported and encouraged. It is crucial that we remain committed to dialogues that transcend cultural barriers. We must develop practical strategies to strengthen intercultural cooperation, thus contributing to a more peaceful, just, and inclusive world. Finally, I would like to end by expressing my appreciation to the organizers and participants of the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. Their dedication to promoting dialogue and understanding between cultures is truly inspiring. And the next video is from Mr. Bach.
Dear participants, this year's Nishan Forum on World Civilizations is taking place in exciting times. With the Olympic Games Paris 2024 only days away, the athletes, the fans, the entire Olympic community, indeed all of us, we are looking forward to Olympic Games that are younger, more inclusive, more urban, more sustainable. These will be the very first Olympic Games with full gender parity, because the IOC allocated exactly 50% of the quota places to female athletes and to male athletes. For all these reasons, these are the first Olympic Games inspired by our Olympic agenda reforms from start to finish. When the founder of the IOC, Pierre de Coubertin, revived the Olympic Games 130 years ago, he saw it as a way to build bridges and foster understanding between all nations and all people of the world. The Nishan Forum shares this objective, deepening understanding among the civilizations of the world through respectful dialogue and exchange, building on the ancient wisdom of Confucius. Knowing of these similarities between Confucian thought and Olympism, I am delighted to hear that you will dedicate a significant part of your forum to the theme of traditional Chinese culture and the Olympic spirit. All of us in the Olympic community can only benefit from discussions like yours, which focuses on what unites us, on what brings us together, and what brings out the best in us, so that we can build a better future for all humankind. Also in this respect, we can only make progress in the spirit of our Olympic motto: faster, higher, stronger, together. In this shared spirit of always opening the door to dialogue and understanding between all nations and all people of the world, I wish you every success for this Nishan Forum, and I'm already looking forward to hearing the outcomes of your discussions. All the very best to all of you.
许家路先生致第
This is a congratulatory letter from Xu Jialu, former Vice Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress. I'm glad to hear the opening of the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations. I would like to express my warm congratulations to old and new friends from all over the world. In September 2010, from the strategic consideration of serving the dialogue of world civilizations, I initiated the Nishan World Civilization Forum, which was affirmed and encouraged by the Politburo Standing Committee and President Xi Jinping himself. Time flies. Through continuous efforts, the voice of Nishan, which is harmonious yet not the same, beautiful and common welfare for all, is getting louder and louder, and the international influence of civilizational exchange and mutual learning is getting wider and wider. The Nishan Forum on World Civilizations has become an important platform for practicing global civilization initiatives, promoting the common value for all mankind, and building a community of shared future. It is an important platform for the world to understand the Chinese nation, the culture, and China today. I am deeply happy. In today's world, the great changes that had never happened before has accelerated. It represents the general trend of development of human civilization and places the common aspirations of the people of the world on the exchange of civilizations, mutual learning of civilizations, and inclusiveness. The 10th Nishan Forum focuses on traditional culture and modern civilizations. It has invited people of insight from all over the world to participate, to talk about the issues of the times, which conforms to the world trend and reflects the responsibility of big powers in the world. I believe with the joint efforts of all of you, we will be able to gather more consensus and achieve fruitful results. I wish the Nishan Forum a great success, contribute wisdom and strength for human civilization. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the congratulatory letters from the three important delegates, Xu Jialu, Bach, and Evgenios Kolpitz. Now let us give the floor to Madam Sun Chunlan, former member of the Political Bureau of the CPC Central Committee and former Vice Premier of the State Council, to address this opening ceremony. Distinguished guests, experts, scholars, comrades, and dear friends, good morning. Today, we gather here in Nishan, a place boasting rich beauty and profound culture and long history, to attend this 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations, themed at modern culture and civilizations. We are here to conduct in-depth discussions and dialogues, and we are here to admire saints. We are here to start a long journey based on our shared wisdom and intelligence. It is quite a significant event, and I am very much inspired by the previous presentations. Now, on behalf of our International Confucian Association, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all, and also our congratulations on this forum and our tribute to all of you. This year marks the 10th anniversary of Nishan Forum on World Civilizations, a milestone indeed. After years of development, the forum has become a well-known platform in promoting dialogues and cooperation among world civilizations. This forum practiced the Global Civilization Initiative put forward by President Xi Jinping, and experts and scholars from all over the world gather here in Confucius' hometown to have cross-cultural dialogues, explore the similarities and differences among civilizations, and seek consensus on our path toward common development, which not only show the world the unique charm and value of China's traditional culture, but also promoted the cultural exchanges between different countries and ethnic groups, and helped to build a community of shared future and promote world peace and development. The theme of this forum is traditional culture and modern civilization, a key issue in the development of contemporary society. That is, how to excavate and inherit the essence of traditional culture, integrate it with modern civilization, and create a new form of civilization in a rapidly developing modern society. 2,575 years ago, Confucius was born in Nishan, and Confucianism, founded by him, played an irreplaceable role in the formation and evolution of Chinese culture. And China's fine traditional culture, represented by Confucianism, bears the historical memory, values, and moral standards of Chinese nation, and its spirits, philosophies, ideas, and pursuits have been tempered, baptized, and passed down for thousands of years through generations, which has become the most fundamental cultural background of Chinese nation and provided important nourishment for its endless development and growth. China's fine traditional culture has always emphasized kindness, people-oriented, honesty, justice, harmony, diversity, common good for all, and seeking great harmony. And it advocates the peaceful thought of harmony among all nations, help each other, the people-oriented concept of the people are the foundation of the country and the people are the foundation of the nation, the innovative spirit of life is reformed, is constantly reformed. All things are nurtured without harming each other, and the great way is parallel but not contradictory, guiding the development and evolution of not just the Chinese civilization, but the world at large. In 1994, under the guidance of China's previous generation of politicians and leaders, Confucian research groups from 9 countries and regions, including China, Japan, and the United States, initiated the International Confucian Association, and Mr. Gu Mu, as the first president, and former Singaporean Prime Minister Li Guangyao as the honorary chairman for a long time. The purpose of this association is to promote the ideological essence of Confucian culture and all fine traditional cultures, promote mutual learning and learning between Confucian cultures in different countries, Asian civilization and other different cultural civilizations in the world, and promote the progress of human society. Over the past 30 years, our association has been committed to promoting mutual learning among civilizations and promoting communication among different peoples. Up to now, it has developed into an international academic and cultural organization with nearly 800 members, covering 100 countries and regions on 5 continents. Fine traditional culture is the root of modern civilization. Any country or nation has come to this day by connecting the past with the future and opening up the future. We should inherit and carry forward the rich philosophical thoughts, humanistic spirit, enlightenment thoughts, and moral concepts in those traditional cultures. We should promote creative transformation and innovative development of these cultures. We should explore more ways to integrate traditional culture with modern civilization and promote the sustainable development and progress of human civilizations. In particular, today's world is full of challenges, turbulence, tense, and geopolitical conflicts. Many of them are getting more and more intense. And there is the widening gap between the rich and poor, and humankind is now standing at a crossroads in history. We should learn from our traditional wisdom, our traditional culture. We need to forge new ideas and find solutions to the current challenges. Now, I'd like to share with you the following points. First of all, we must vigorously inherit, carry forward, and develop the traditional culture. In the long term development and our life, our ancestors explored the mysteries of natural life in the universe. They developed their own wisdom and formed their own cultural forms, and some cultural forms have been passed down from generation to generation for thousands of years, and some of them are scattered in the long river of history with the decline of civilizations. But they still maintain distinct features and mark differences in the long history. These are all the ideological treasures created by human beings, and they contain the values that our ancestors used every day. We should attach importance to the inheritance and innovation of these civilizations. We need to fully tap the value of history and culture in different times. We need to be really good at tapping the deepest and most lasting power from human history and civilizations, learning from the past and looking forward into the future. Secondly, we should promote the deep integration of traditional culture in a modern civilization. Learning from the past in the service of the present must be organically integrated. We should be good at organically combining traditional culture with modern civilization. Through the creative transformation and innovative development of traditional cultures, we can learn from each other. We can draw upon the past wisdom and experience, and we can promote common values of all mankind accumulated throughout history, thus laying a sound foundation for the leap of science and technology, economic prosperity, social progress, and the building of a shared future. So through these integrations, the essence of traditional culture will be combined with the vitality of modern civilization. And we will create a new form of civilization. And through the interaction and integration of tradition and modernity, we will build a more pluralistic, inclusive, and harmonious society and push human civilization forward toward a better future. Thirdly, we must earnestly strengthen exchanges and mutual learning among civilizations. The diversity of civilizations is the basic feature of the world. Every civilization is deeply rooted in its own soil, embodying the extraordinary wisdom and spiritual pursuit of a country and a nation. And every one of them has its own value of existence. In the Global Civilization Initiative, President Xi Jinping emphasized that we should respect the diversity of world civilizations. We must adhere to equality, mutual learning, dialogue, and tolerance of inclusiveness among civilizations. We need to transcend the barriers between civilizations. We need to learn from each other. We must transcend the superiority of civilizations. We should tap the the value of traditional cultures in various countries, promote the translation of civilized classics and the promotion of cultural masterpieces in different countries. And we need to maximize the role of different cultures in global governance. We need to make further explorations in promoting dialogues and conversations among different civilizations. We must make full use of new media and modern technologies. We need to fully tap the power of young generations, and we must develop people-to-people exchanges, especially among young generations, so that they can better understand each other and they can make further contributions to the sharing and learning among different cultures. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, looking into the future, we clearly realize that to meet the common challenges and to address them and to pursue a brighter future, the strength of economy and technology are of course important. But still, it is important for us to realize cultures and civilizations are indispensable. Today, with the deepening of globalization, every people around the world is closely interconnected. We must abandon the prejudice against a fixed model. We must transcend ideological barriers. We must respect every and each civilization. We must appreciate each other. In this May, President Xi Jinping visited Shandong. He emphasized the significance of Shandong province in history and culture, and must undertake a new mission in this modern age. They should be fully committed to multiple events like the Confucius Cultural Festival and others, so that they can play a more important role in promoting cultural exchanges and communication among different civilizations. So this forum is exactly how Shandong has been carrying forward the important instruction from President Xi Jinping, and we are looking forward to working with more insightful people so that we can make a joint contribution to the building of a community of shared future. And I now wish the 10th Nishan Forum on World Civilizations a complete success. And I thank all of you for your constant support and also for all the hard-working people that have made this forum possible. Thank you.